Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the June 18th Al-Anon readings in Courage to Change and a Little Time for Myself. We'll begin with a serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I'll take a moment to look this over. The question is, how has changing my attitudes aided my recovery? And the passage is about a person's memory of when they were 4 years old and their father came home drunk. And it brought them a lot of sadness. But by working the steps, this person was able to change a negative thought into a positive one by specifically working step 4 around this particular event for them. They were able to change this event and many other events from negative to positive. Today's reminder: when we focus on events negatively, we can look for the positive. Changing our attitude can make all the difference. And the quote is from In All Our Affairs. Our thoughts and our attitudes are up to us. I love that. How has changing my attitudes aided my recovery? Well, I'm definitely working on this every day, but I do notice that when I change the way I look at things, I can feel much better. It's not easy for me, but when I focus on trying to keep my focus on the present, trying to keep my focus on the idea of my higher power guiding me and caring for me, protecting me, doing the same thing for everyone, my loved ones, everyone else, I become less uptight, and I'm able to calm down enough to see positive things. So changing my attitude, the saying, attitude is everything. I think that really, there's a whole lot of truth to that. And I am sure of that. And that's why it's worth me putting in the effort to make sure that my attitude is working for me and not working against me. We're almost halfway through this book. We're almost halfway through the year, the calendar year. Right, I'm going to take a minute to look this over. This is beautiful. I'm surprised I don't have any markings on this page. So this says, each of us is special. We have unique skills. We have everything we need to do what we need to do today. That doesn't mean we have everything we want, but we can trust our higher power knows what's good for us. Envy is a waste of time. Everyone's on a different path. Everyone has what they need. Just like I have what I need. Resentment just separates people, and that's not productive. We are not victims. We are where we belong. Ooh, envy is a hostile form of self-pity. I remember reading this. Well, I've read this like more than a dozen times, but usually once a year. Envy is a hostile form of self-pity. Instead of getting engulfed by that, we can be grateful for what we have. When we focus on what we have rather than what we don't have, we feel good. And we can be happy for what appears to be another person's abundance, because we really don't know what people are going through. Today's reminder: wonderful things can happen to anybody at any time, and I can be grateful for all the gifts I've been given. The quote is from Horace. Whatever you've been blessed with, accept it with a grateful hand. That's beautiful. I think that as much as I talk so much about being grateful and being happy, all of which is true, I feel like there's also that part of me that's always trying to rework thoughts in my head, to reframe thoughts in my head, to make sure that I'm not missing something that someone else has figured out. That's always been my thing. Like, I always think that people, and that was a reading, at least one reading in one of our daily readers, but thinking that others know the answers and that I'm the only one who doesn't, that's not true. That, I guess, that is a pretty common thought, but it's not true. Nobody knows what's right, what the right thing to do is. We're all just doing the best we can with the information that we have. But I do feel like it does seem like some people just have things easier, or not even as I say that, I'm like, that's not even true. So I had lunch with some people that I used to work with. I had lunch with them last week, and oh my gosh, I love them so much. One was my mentor and now a very dear friend, and the other was someone who worked directly with me, like every day, right by my side for years. And we're all doing well. So we were saying, well, this is great. We're all doing well. We all have challenges. We were all like very honest with each other. Like, we have challenges, but overall, everything is good. But our lives, the three of us, our lives are very, very different. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I was thinking, two of the three of us are retired. I was thinking, oh, maybe I should have stayed working. And, I can't even finish the thought without something in my mind going, are you insane? Like, what are you thinking? I think it's this time of year when school is almost out for the summer. Or school, by the time this is published, school will be out for the summer where I live. So, it's always like, oh, now it would be summer. But, 10 weeks from now, it won't be summer anymore. It'll be time to go back to school. And do I want that? No. And summer was always a time when I did all the things I couldn't do during the school year. I took classes to keep up my license. So the whole idea of comparing, Al-Anon always tells us to never compare our insides with other people's outsides. And I am not jealous. I am not resentful of anybody, especially the people that I'm talking about that I had lunch with last week. I love these people. Like I said, we're very honest with each other. We know the good things and the challenging things that are going on in our lives. I just think it's interesting that that's what I'm thinking about when I read this passage, because we're all on different paths. So I guess is human. It's human to say, what would my life have been like if I didn't sell my house? What would my life have been like if I didn't retire? For me, I think I made the right decision for myself, but for some reason, like when I was with them, I was thinking about it and saying, well, did I make the right decision? But I guess that's just human nature. I don't know. I don't know. One day at a time. So much to be grateful for always. And it is a gorgeous day today. It's going to be 74 and sunny. The birds are singing. I'm going to volunteer at the thrift shop this morning. And then my partner and I are hopefully going to take a bike ride and maybe get some lunch. And that will be fantastic. So we'll close out with the serenity prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I think that was 3. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.